Welcome to the Encore Audio Archives YouTube channel. I'm Taper Dave, and this is my channel. I've uploaded hundreds of talks here that I've recorded at meetings in West LA, and I've also recorded conventions starting in 2013. I've got a bunch of those up. And Walt and Mary Murray, the original owners of Encore Audio Archives, started the company in the 80s, and Walt recorded Joe and Charlie's and a bunch of stuff down in Vista, California. My sobriety date is June 20th of 1994. I hope you find something you like, so please like and subscribe to my channel and comment down below. If you want to hear something that I don't have or that you don't see, I'll see that I get it. Anyways, take care and have a great day if you want to.
Okay, my name is Tony Jodlowski and I'm an alcoholic. And can you guys hear me okay? Am I cool? What? Okay. All right, so I want to welcome the newcomers and happy birthday to the other birthday people. Welcome to LA, Jeff, and thank you so much, Alan, to ask me to lead. It's an honor and a privilege to be able to speak at a meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous. And like I said, I am an alcoholic, but it seemed like every time I got drunk, I'd trip and fall onto a syringe full of heroin, or a crack pipe would somehow fall into my mouth. So I am a real alcoholic, but you know, other substances came into play too. But since this is a meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous, I'm going to speak about alcohol. Alcohol was the solution for me. I love this analogy I recently heard, and it's, you know, alcohol is the cure for alcoholism. Take a drink, it's the cure for this disease, you know. It curbs the physical craving and the mental obsession, you know. And, you know, but they also have certain treatments for cancer that will get rid of a tumor, but it will also kill you if you use this kind of treatment. So you won't have a tumor anymore, but you'll be dead. So that's what I like to say, you know, alcohol is that, you know, hey, you know, you can drink, you know, it's a cure for alcoholism, but it will also kill you. So I came into this program by circumstance rather than by virtue. And, you know, I didn't come in here to learn about character building. I didn't come in here, you know, to do any of that stuff. You know, this is what I do to stay sober on a daily basis. You know, I get on my knees and I pray every morning, and I make my bed and I call my sponsor, and I go to regular meetings on regular meeting days. I work with others, and I write inventories when necessary. And I've worked the steps. You know, I work the steps with my sponsor, and I learn how to practice these principles in all my affairs. So, you know, that's what I do, and this meeting has been one of my regular meetings for 4 years, almost 4 years now. And I've had a commitment at this meeting for almost 4 years. And, you know, I used to hate coming to this meeting. I used to come to this meeting, and I'd always look at the people that got to sit up in the front. I'd be like, they're like so cool. They get to sit up in front, and I'm not, and, you know, and I just kept suiting up and showing up and coming back, and now I get to sit in the front row. So if you're new, keep coming back, and you might get to sit in the front row at the Rodeo meeting. Woo! No. You know, and that's the thing is that, you know, people started like saying, you know, I just started taking the right actions, you know, and I didn't want to. My sponsor started telling me, Tony, you've got to get to meetings on time, and meetings from prayer to prayer. I was like, what an order, you know? And I started doing it, though, you know, because she'd be like, sweetie, I can't work with you. I can't work harder at this than you are. You know, just nice little things like that. And so I started doing it, maybe out of spite, you know, like, I'm going to show her, you know, and I didn't understand the point of it, but I started doing it, and things started changing, you know? People started saying, you know, you can count on Tony. She's reliable. And Tony and reliable in the same sentence never existed before, you know, or, you know, you can count on Tony, she's responsible. Okay, you know, integrity, gosh, never been equated with those. So I'm just going to say this. I'm moving back to Detroit next week. There's so many people here who have impacted my life. I love you all. This is life or death, and by suiting up and showing up, many of you have helped me stay sober, and I'm just so grateful for Alcoholics Anonymous that I'm an alcoholic, and that's all I have. Thank you very much.
Okay, this is how I prepare my drone for launching. I like to do it inside the cab of my truck so I'm not standing outside in the weather. To install the joysticks for control, up and down, right and left, powered on. I have an Android phone that I use to connect it to the drone with. And it's actually controlled through the iPhone, through an app. Oops, wrong way. It's actually controlled through the iPhone, or through this Android phone, through the app. It's actually controlled through the Android phone, through an app, and you connect it through this short connection right here.
Remote control connected.
Remote control's connected. So I pull out the drone. I have to extend the legs. Long legs extended first, then the short legs. Remove the gimbal protector. Set that aside, then power it on one short burst, then one long burst. I lay it down. So I have to go to calibrate. So the drone's not connected yet. It shows you here as this drone gets disconnected, even though the remote's powered on. So the drone has to establish it's connected. So I go into the app to calibration mode. First I'll calibrate the remote controller. Start calibration. Out, in, oop, out, in, up, down, and then this little wheel is to control the gimbal. So it's calibrated. Go to gimbal calibration, start calibration, and then it calibrates the gimbal. I don't know if that shows up. The gimbal's moving all over the place. Changes, you can see it on the video. And I'm calibrated to take off. It's acquired 7 satellites at the moment. There are 26 satellites up in the sky, which it has to acquire before you can take off. So it's connected. It's got enough satellites. This is white. I can go to press this little arrow button, swipe right to take off, and it would start the motors if I slid this to the right. But I'll wait till I get outside. Don't want to do it inside.